Hey everyone, and welcome to tonight's webinar. Tonight is an opportunity webinar that I'm doing for everyone. And my name is Bree Richardson. I'm a Black status presenter with Younique. And I'm going to go ahead and just jump right in tonight. I know we all have some things to do, okay? So I want to start off by talking about Younique as a company. I want to talk about who they are, what they do, and what the opportunity has to truly offer you. And then I also want to talk about, I'll tell you a little bit of my story and who I am, where I came from, how I found success within Younique. And then I also want to talk to you about what a successful presenter looks like. What are some of the men and women that I've worked with? Where do they come from? What have they done to be successful? And what does success look like within our company? I do have a few notes, so if you see me glancing off, that is, I just don't want to miss anything. It's right and you can't even read because I can't read. But we're going to start with just info about the company. So Younique is a baby company. We just started a little over 2 years ago. In November, we hit 2 years. So we're breaking industry records and standards. We have, let's see, I actually wrote this down right before we got on here, exactly how many presenters we have to the second. So we have 145,994 presenters worldwide currently. And this is the number of presenters who have ever signed up. So some people understand that if you understand the industry, and some people think, okay, cool, you have 145,000 presenters. What does that mean for me? If you think of it as an industry standard, it's insane. It means that we have broken records as far as number of people who have joined us. Not many companies go worldwide within the first 2 years, so that's pretty insane. When you compare it to a company that's been around for 10, 20, 30 years, those companies have millions of presenters. And so we are just getting started. And if you think of it now, it's like, if you think back, any company that you know that's in network marketing or direct sales that's been around for a while, and you think, man, think about those people and where they are, the ones that started when there was only 145,000 presenters worldwide, and now there are millions worldwide in those companies. So that kind of illustrates the part of the opportunity that Younique provides for anyone that's in the company now, or anyone that is joining the company now while we're still young pups and breaking records. Last month, we did nearly $39 million in sales, which is insane. And I actually joined July 22nd of 2013, so last year, just over a year ago. And ever since I've joined, I've seen nothing but momentum from Younique. So we're in the middle of that right now, which means sales typically are going up each month, and we are having fun doing what we're doing. We're selling lashes and really building strong teams. And what that means for you is, since we are so young and not everyone has heard of our company yet, it gives you the opportunity to build that strong customer base built on, brand loyalty, because literally I've been in the business for a year and I've seen maybe 3 returns total in a whole year. So people are loving our products and they're coming back for more. So that we're able to create that customer base now in the opportunity that Younique provides. And we're also able to create the team base, a strong team base to, everyone needs a good foundation to build on. So those are just some of the opportunities when we talk about number of presenters that are currently in and the type of sales that we're doing. I'll tell you, on our Makeup Maniacs team, which is anyone that sent you to this webinar would be a makeup maniac probably. And on our team, we did close to, I think, $9.1 million in retail sales in November alone. And we are on track to break that record this month. So we're doing big things in the company. We are seeing big results, and an opportunity when we speak the word is enormous. So a lot of times when I'm talking to people and what they say is, Bree, we want to know bottom line. We want to know numbers, right? Give me the numbers. What can I make in this industry? And here's the thing. So legally, we can't talk numbers as far as I make this much, so-and-so makes that much. But we can talk in the aspect of, people are making diaper money because we get paid daily. So any sales that we are putting in right now, we're getting paid on within 3 hours. We have a cute little purple Younique debit card that we get money loaded onto. Every 3 hours after a sale is put in, we're getting paid. So we have people in our business that are making diaper money. And then we actually just crowned and honored our first millionaire in the business, which when we talk about being a baby business, that's huge too. So a company that is worldwide, debt-free, and crowning their first millionaire within the first 2 years is someone you should look at, right? Our products are consumable. And what I mean by that is our customers are ordering them, and they're using them, and they're loving them, and they're not only going and telling other people about them, but once they use them up, they have to come back for more, right? So it creates a type of residual income as far as the product side is based. So I will give you some numbers as far as percentages earned on products, and kind of give you the basics and the rundown of that. I do want you to take note that our entire compensation plan can be found on the presenter's website who sent you. So get with that presenter after this webinar and just say, hey, I'd like to take a look at that compensation plan if you haven't already, and go on to their website, click join, and scroll down. And there are 2 charts. And while when you first take a glance at them, it'll kind of be like a different language to you, just take a closer look. One chart is the requirements that you need for 1 month as far as sales. And then the next chart is what you will earn at each status level. And we are, our status levels are done by colors. So I mentioned that I'm a Black status presenter, and I realized that that too can be a foreign language for some people. And it goes like this. So you start off when you enroll, you're a white status presenter. You then will sell your first $1,000 in product. And you will roll up and you'll get your first promotion, and it will be to yellow. After yellow comes pink, then blue, then green, then orange, then purple, then black. Okay, so Black status is the top of the tier, and anyone that enrolls, you enroll as a white status presenter, you're automatically active by your enrollment for that month. So keep that in mind. And it's 99 bucks to enroll. And once you enroll, there are literally 0 fees involved with becoming a presenter. We don't carry inventory if you don't want to. Some of us do like to have cash and carry, and that's what we call just, you know, if we have a few mascaras or our favorite products in our purse, and we're out talking about how our lashes are like blowing in the wind when we walk, and someone says, hey, do you have that crazy mascara on you? We have cash and carry available to us if you want to do that. But we don't carry, we're not a store, okay? So people aren't, this business isn't made for people to come over and shop in your closet. If you want to do home parties, go for it. We are a virtually based company, social media based, which means Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, whatever you want to do. We're social media based. So anywhere that there are other people out there interacting with people, that's where we're at. And that's how most of us run our business. I literally run probably 80%, 90% of my business from my cell phone. So it's run on my time when I'm able to just pick it up, answer some questions or messages. I'll put out there, you know, a post about, look at this one today. It's insane, touching my eyebrows, or we just got some new moisturizer that I love. You know, I'll put maybe a post about that out there. We're working our business through social media and just sharing the products and talking to people. So you can have in-home parties if you want to. It's definitely not against the rules, and some people like to launch that way, and some people who have done other businesses are used to doing it that way, and more power to you, but it absolutely is not required to be successful in the business. So I will put that out there. And our website is free. That's another awesome thing. When I actually started, it was set to be 10 bucks a month for your website, but they did away with that. So we have no fees. There is no re-signing fee or renewal fees or anything like that whenever you your 1 year comes around or anything. The only thing that is required for you to stay active in the business is for you to have $125 in orders placed within a 3 rolling month period. So as long as you can sell or use 125 bucks in products over a 3-month period, then you will always remain active. You will always have a website, and you will always be in business, because that's like our virtual doors, right? So that's the only requirement. I mentioned that you start off as a white status presenter and you sell your first $1,000 in products to get your first promotion. So as a white status presenter, when you enter the business, you are paid 20% on all of your sales. Okay, so anything that you sell, you will be paid 20% within 3 hours of that sale. And it's really simple. You get your website instantly as soon as you enroll. You send that out to your people, and as soon as they order, you're getting paid. So if you need money to go on a date that night, or if you need diaper money, literally, we do have presenters that need diapers tonight, so they need to sell products today. Okay, and that's something that is doable with this company. We are not a company with any sort of auto ships or commitments. You do not have to personally invest in the products if you did not want to. However, I don't know how you can sell something you don't try, but I have seen it done. There are presenters that literally I've seen, an orange status presenter who was a Younique presenter. I think she hit orange, which is, let's see, the 5th level in. And she had never tried the mascara. She never wore makeup. And how did she do it? Because she has skin, and we have skincare. So there's always that opportunity too. So maybe you don't want to put in money for the makeup. You don't have to. There is absolutely no requirement for you to invest in the products each month. Like I said, we don't do any auto ships or anything like that. So everyone can kind of take a deep breath there. Once you hit yellow in your first promotion after selling that first $1,000, which, by the way, can be sold in 1 month, so you can sell $1,000 in 1 month, get that promotion done and behind you, and move on to the next one. Or literally, you could drag it out for 6 months, 7 months if you wanted to. As long as you were selling or buying at least 125 bucks every 3 months, you're good to go. There is no pressure whatsoever for you to sell that first 1,000 and move on. You get to do it at your own pace, and it just depends on what your goals are with the business. But once you do sell that first 1,000, you get the promotion to yellow. You also get a pay raise. So now every product that you are selling during the day, 3 hours later, you're getting paid 25% on that product, okay? And that's an instant payment as well. You are able to earn up to 30% on your personal retail sales. So any orders that you place yourself, or any orders that come through your website, you can earn up to 30% on those. And then obviously also, we are network marketing. You can earn on your team as it grows, and you will earn on your team as a whole. It is possible to earn on infinite levels with our business. And like I said earlier, we literally have presenters in the diaper money range, and we have presenters in the change your life range, in the dream home range, in the millionaire range, because we did just crown that recently. So I mentioned that we are worldwide. So there is a high possibility that you are in the UK or Australia or New Zealand or Canada, and you are on this webinar tonight. And if you are, we say welcome. We ship to any of those countries. We are open for presenters as well. And we also ship to any US Postal Service. Wherever they deliver, we will ship to. So know that those are kind of the boundaries. I want to kind of get into my story. That's kind of the business side of Younique, and who they are, and what we do and how we do it. But I kind of want to talk to you about real people in this business, what their backgrounds look like before they joined, and how it's affected their lives. And then give you the option to decide, is it something you can do, and will this company work for you? Okay, so I have a marketing degree, and I was working a contract job when I first was pregnant with my firstborn. And when that contract ended, I didn't want to have to go back to work. So that was kind of my why. That was my goal, was to literally make enough money where I didn't have to go back to work and get a 9 to 5. I didn't want to do it. And I was determined. I knew that network marketing was the way I was going to do it. It just depended on the opportunity that was presented, and I found that in Younique. So I joined July 22nd of 2013, as I mentioned earlier. I was able to personally hit the Black status level within 4 months of joining the company. So we literally have people who joined last month and joined in December and hit Black status in December. We have people who joined, July 23rd after I joined and are still pink level presenter. It just depends on the time you have to put into it and what you want out of it. So keep that in mind. The business literally is open to anyone and anyone's goals. For Younique in my life, what that meant to me was staying home with my kids. It actually meant that I was able to retire my husband. And people always kind of give me the crooked eye whenever I say that. They're like, why would you do such a thing? I'm 30 years, my husband's 29 years old. I'm 30 years old. Why would you do that? And the answer to that is he retired from corporate America, so he no longer works for anybody else. He now is able to sit in his home office and build his own company, which was a dream that he had had since he was a child. And because of Younique, and literally the only way we would ever be in this position is because of this business. And it's now my full-time business, whereas I started off part-time, not really wanting a business out of it. I kind of literally my first month in the business, the only reason why I was working it at all was because there were incentives for free products and I wanted to win them. And so I said, okay, fine, I'll do it for now. And it just kind of evolved when I started sharing the products and that kind of thing. And now it's my full-time job. I personally sponsored over, I think we have 212 people on my frontline team. And within the Makeup Maniacs, there are 50,000 presenters on the team, all within just a little over a year. So it kind of tells you what the possibilities are in the business. And that's my story and what happened. I've seen women and men that come into this business, and like me, they didn't have any plans to start a business. Literally, I've worked with the people who first told me, Bree, I don't have the money to sign up for that. One of my girls literally was on food stamps, single mom, student, working full-time college student and working. And she's like, I don't have the money to join, for one, and I don't have the time to work it as a business. I'm in school, I have my baby, and I also have a job to pay the bills, right? And I said, I know, I understand. I didn't think that I would have the time to do it either. I was a mom, and I thought I need to be looking for a job, right? Even though I didn't want to. And this particular person, she joined on a credit card. So that was her way of finding it, was to put it on a credit card and kind of just take her chances. But once she did that, it kind of lit a fire. It was one of those things where I don't have the money to join, but I'm going to take this leap of faith, which means that I'm going to have to work my butt off to get to where I want. She is now a Black status presenter and did it, I think, within 4 or 5 months of joining the business. And her life has completely changed. And I've seen, which is the really cool part about the business, is I literally have seen people's lives absolutely transformed. I have some names over here of stories that I wanted to share with you guys. I have presenters that said they don't know anyone in the business, or not in the business, they don't know anyone around them in their area, small town, that kind of thing. I live in a small town. And the cool thing about Younique is the fact that we are able to do this virtually. We are able to host, webinars like this to talk to people who are interested in about the business. We are able to get online and send a message via Facebook to someone in Canada or the UK, which completely blows my mind that, I think back, I don't know, even I feel like 20 years ago or whatever, they didn't have the internet to reach out to people in other states, let alone other countries. They were doing just in-home parties, and it still was a successful business structure. So the advantage that we have being social media based is just completely insane. One thing will happen whenever you do join our team is we have in place a huge support system and a huge, we have a structure in place. So whenever you feel like you wouldn't be able to reach outside of, the two people you hang out with on a Friday night, we kind of have ways around that. We have ways to reach people through social media that we teach and help and coach you do. Our support system on the Makeup Maniacs team is insane. So corporate, of course, provides us with training done online. Whenever you hit green status, you actually fly to Utah and you get to stay in a huge cabin with a bunch of your Y family, and you have a leadership training there where they feed you tons of food and pump you full of information. So corporate provides this type of training as well. But the sisterhood, the camaraderie, just the real bond that we have via social media, again, through our Facebook page, is unlike anything I've ever been involved with. And I have a background of direct sales with other companies. I've been in companies that have failed. I have failed, right? So the company is still there kicking strong, but I failed. And I attribute that to me, myself. I wasn't mentally there. I didn't know how to work the business. And I didn't have people around me to help. I didn't have a strong upline, which anyone that joins this team has the strongest upline in the business. And let me tell you that because I personally have sponsored 4 Black Status presenters who have sponsored Black Status presenters who have sponsored Black Status presenters. I was sponsored by, not at the time she wasn't a Black Status presenter, but now my sponsor is a Black Status presenter. Her sponsor is a Black Status presenter. Need I go on? We are all surrounded by strong leadership to where any of those excuses that get in the way and the negativity, because sometimes the business gets hard. It's not by any means an overnight success that you will get there tomorrow. If you sign up tonight, don't expect a paycheck in the mail, to you tomorrow that's worth $1 million+ bucks. It takes time to build that type of business, but you have the leadership within our team to help you do that. And so that's something that I think sets us apart from not only any other team in the business, but in the industry. Because like I said, I have been on other teams in the industry with zero support, zero camaraderie. Sure, they had weekly meetings, live meetings, or they had get-together events or whatever once a month, that kind of thing. And everyone would kind of sit there and fold their hands in their laps and kind of look around. And I just had a live training here in Fort Worth, Texas this last weekend, and man, we had fun. We were all interacting. We were all sharing stories. We were all meeting new people, going to lunch with people we had never talked to in our lives, and building friendships. And it was awesome. And it's just a glimpse into the support that you have within our team. And I will kind of just throw out there a few more trainings that we have planned and on the books. There is an LA training coming up in January. There is a Hawaii training. There's a Houston training. There'll be a San Antonio, Oklahoma. I mean, there are trainings, live trainings, that if you want to get to one, you can get to one. And we do webinars every week. So, and every other week is a training webinar. So you can actually log on live or click the link later if you didn't have time to do it that night. And every other week you have a new topic of training, okay, that you can plug into. The team and the support to plug into is there. It's up to you to plug into it and kind of take some of that time out of your day to do that. But we are there for you. So don't ever let that be a fear of yours. I also get the question, a lot of it is about bottom dollar money. We've talked about that kind of thing. But people want to know, so in XYZ company, there were a few at the top. There was 2 people. So they're kind of like looking at me going, good for you, way to go. But no one else will ever be there with you, correct? And I'm thinking, that's awesome. You would normally think that. But last month, so November 2014 alone, we added 26 new Black status presenters to the company. Okay, and literally it's people who joined. We have people in the UK that just went live as far as sales. So they joined 2 months ago and now are Black status presenters. We also have people who joined in the very, very, very beginning of the company 2 years ago who are now reaching the Black status level. But there's not just one or two of us. I believe there are 96 total now. And when I joined a little over a year ago, there was not a one. Okay, so it's happening now. It's happening with people who joined 2 months ago or 2 years ago. It's people who were stay-at-home moms working part-time and just signed up to get a beautiful kit and started sharing the products, because I don't know about you, but I don't love to sell. I'm not a salesman, and I could slap a car salesman if I had the chance, because I just can't stand the atmosphere and the push. But it's women who just put on the products and shared it. Women and men too. We have men that wear makeup, but we also have men that have used the skincare and share those stories. Anybody with skin can do this business, okay? And we kind of guide you through the process. We have a step-by-step plan in place for success that you follow at your pace when you have time. But when you put these steps into play, you will be successful in the end game, okay? So keep that in mind. We have the support, we have the system, we have the true opportunity. You'll hear the word opportunity thrown around a lot in the direct sales business. And if I can say anything, coming from experience of working multiple direct sales businesses in my past where I was not a successful six-figure earner, it's changed. It's different here. We make it happen. You just have to think back and think of what you want out of the business, because like I said, people join for completely different reasons. Do you want the diaper money? Do you want the life-changing money? Think of, I think I wrote 3 questions. I said I have 3 questions, but I have a lot more than that actually. If you have dreams, do you have dreams? Let's see, are you willing to work? Are you? Are you coachable? Meaning, if we hand you some tools and say, try it this way, are you willing to try? Are you coachable? Are you willing to go out of your comfort zone a little bit sometimes when you're pushed? So if you really want to get to the next level, sometimes it takes a little push out of your comfort zone, because that's where all the action happens, is right one step outside of your comfort zone. So are you willing to sometimes step out of that comfort zone? And lastly, this one's an important one. You're going to really have to reflect and think before you get with your sponsor. But can you take a selfie? You'll see a lot of beautiful faces on your newsfeed when you join this company, because you'll make a lot of friends. One cool thing too is, which I love, is yes, my newsfeed is full of beautiful faces and relationships of people that I've built via Facebook, which started off being really weird for me. Like, how do I know this person so well and I've never met them in person? And then you go to convention. And this year our convention's in Chicago, which I'm super, super excited about. Or you go to a local meetup meeting or whatever. But then you meet the person in person and you get to like wrap your arms around them and touch them and feel their face. And it's so awesome because you've built that relationship through our team. And then when you meet them in person, it's just 10 times better. So you'll see a lot of beautiful faces in your newsfeed, and that all comes from the simple question of, can you take a selfie? And you're probably already doing it now. So once you try the products, you fall in love with the products, it's pretty easy to talk about the products. And when you have a support system and training like we have in place in the Makeup Maniacs, there's no room for failure as long as you give it a try. So I will tell you, give it a try. And whether it's today or tomorrow that you're successful, or whether it's 2 years from now, 3 years from now. If you just give it a try and you hang in there, we will see you at the top and on stage when it comes to convention. I want to thank everyone for jumping on the webinar tonight, and hopefully you found maybe just a tidbit of information that answered some questions that you have, or maybe even gave you the push that you needed, because you can see that we are just normal people who need to get their roots done here on the team. All right. Thanks. Have a great night. And we will see you next week on our training webinar. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me. Maybe the person who brought you to the webinar is new to the team or to the business, anything. We can do a three-way call. We can get on Skype or Google Hangouts. We can do it. We're here to support you. So see you there. Bye.